Sand and soldiers, sunburns, and semi-automatics. That's the reality in Mexico right now as armed security forces are walking the beaches amid the unrest following the death of cartel boss El Mencho. It was an unprecedented level of violence seen across Puerto Vallarta. Vehicles on fire, gunfire in the streets. The unrest also impacting tourists. Thousands of people stranded for days as Mexico struggled to reassert control over key infrastructure like roads and airports. Fortunately, things have calmed down a lot for the time being. And as spring break season, the government insists it is safe to travel there. Joining me now is His Excellency, Ambassador Esteban Moctezuma Barragán. Ambassador, it's great to have you. This, as you know, is a huge story for us, especially right now. You know how many Americans love to go to Mexico all throughout springtime. So let me just ask you, broadly, right now, is it safe to come to Mexico?
It's safe to come to Mexico. You know that last Sunday there was this action against the biggest drug lord in Mexico. And all the people around him tried to stop the army from doing this and create a chaos and try to give a sense of a huge conflict, mainly on digital media. But the army even caught not just this drug lord, but also caught the guy that was in front of coordinating these actions against the army. The thing is that no one tourist was hurt, not one civilian. So everything is on calm right now in Mexico. And I can say that Mexico is safer now than a week ago.
So then let me follow up on the cartels, because this was a huge coup to take out El Mencho, yes. Yeah. And so we are seeing very aggressive action now on behalf of the military. President Sheinbaum, she's not messing around. She means business here, clearly. Could we see this continue? Do you see her ordering the military to go after more cartels, more kingpins? Does it end here with El Mencho?
Well, there is a commitment to fight drug cartels and to make Mexico free of this kind of trafficking, as we are also asking the American government to fight against the trafficking of illegal weapons to Mexico, because what the army found when they went into this drug lord place is that it was full of weapons, and about 80% of them came from U.S. So we're working together, and we must continue to work together to fight these people. The ultimate goal is to free the streets of America, the street of Mexico, of drugs, and to make it safer for our population.
And you know, this is, I don't have to tell you, this has been an ongoing problem for decades, the drug lords in Mexico. And there have been efforts in the past with the United States, with presidents of Mexico, to try and take down these cartels for decades. What is so different about this time around? Is your president doing something differently? Is there a different type of relationship between her and President Trump? Do you see this going differently this time around versus past relationships?
The commitment that both have, because they have spoken about this, is to fight the cartels with respect to both countries' sovereignty. So the action that the Mexican army takes is on the ground. The Mexican army does the operation. What happened last Sunday was in charge of the Mexican army. But the intel, which is very important, is also shared by the American army, so the NORTHCOM. And so there is a new element of technology which is very important. Also, we're following the money in accordance with Treasury. And so there is, what I believe that is very strong is the commitment of both presidents, and in Mexico, President Sheinbaum, to fight the cartels, respecting our sovereignty, but helping each other to make it much more efficient.
As you know, there's a lot of news happening centered around Mexico, not just the cartels, but I have to ask you about Cuba. Cuba is on the brink of collapse now since Mexico cut off its oil. Now your president is warning of a humanitarian crisis. Do you think that President Trump forced Sheinbaum into making the wrong call here?
What I think is that we have to look at this humanitarian crisis because there is a lot of need in Cuba. People are really in need. And so we're sending even food, medicines. And this is very important to look at the population of Cuba mainly. This is not about politics, this is about humanitarian effort. And I'm glad to see that about a week ago I learned that the U.S. also sent $6 million in humanitarian aid to Cuba.
So do you think that Sheinbaum made the right move here by cutting off oil?
Well, the thing is that President Trump said that he would impose tariffs if she or any country, because it was not directed to Mexico, it was open to any country that delivers oil. So I think that the trade-off was well seen by the president.
And just as you were coming into the studio, the president was departing to Texas. He's giving an energy speech, and he was asking a number of questions, a couple about Cuba. And he actually said that we could very well end up having a friendly takeover of Cuba. That was his direct quote as he was getting on to head to Texas. Your thoughts about that, a friendly takeover of Cuba?
Mexico has always stand for the peaceful resolution of conflicts, the non-intervention with foreign governments. This is in our constitution, and these are our values and beliefs. And even President Sheinbaum has said that Mexico will be willing to intercede if there is a need of a third party in that conflict.
Ambassador, appreciate your time so much today.
Thank you very much, Kira.